This is a case where if they can do this to me, they can do this to anyone.
Just a few minutes ago, Donald Trump holding a news conference, lashing out at the verdict, making him the only person to hold the title of U.S. president and convicted felon. It is the historic verdict in the trial of Donald Trump, found guilty on 34 counts at the same time while running for president again. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest from New York on what comes next.
For the first time in American history, a former president is a convicted felon. Donald Trump guilty as charged in that historic hush money trial that once threatened to derail his political campaign. Trump holding a news conference once again lashing out at the verdict.
So I'm the leading person for president, and I'm under a gag order by a man that can't put two sentences together, given by a court, and they are in total conjunction with the White House and the DOJ, just so you understand.
After 5 weeks of testimony from 22 witnesses, the jury unanimously returning a guilty verdict on all 34 counts of falsifying business records to cover up how he paid off adult film actress Stormy Daniels to silence her claim of an affair. Trump denied the affair, but prosecutors said he feared the story would sink his 2016 presidential campaign. Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer and fixer, who said he was reimbursed by Trump after paying off Daniels, was the prosecution's star witness, though the defense called him the greatest liar of all time. Cohen on Good Morning America telling our George Stephanopoulos this verdict was a long time coming.
It's been hard on me, but as hard as it is on me, watching my family suffer as a direct result of my actions and the misloyalty that I gave to Donald, it's something that haunts me every day.
The jury deliberated for nearly 10 hours before announcing they reached a verdict. All of this just moments before the judge was set to dismiss court for the day. The tone in the courtroom taking a dramatic turn, with Trump, who had been joking and laughing with his defense team, suddenly stone-faced as the guilty verdict was read. Outside of the courtroom, crowds erupting into cheers, celebrating the conviction. But now, all eyes on the sentencing phase, with questions over whether a former president will serve prison time. Trump faces up to 4 years in prison. And Trump has already signaled that he will appeal this, but his sentencing hearing is scheduled for July 11th. That is 4 days before the Republican National Convention. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Now, the former president is facing 54 additional criminal charges in 3 other cases. In Washington, D.C., Special Counsel Jack Smith charged Trump with 4 counts for alleged efforts to undermine the 2020 election results. A U.S. district judge scrapped a March trial date as the Supreme Court considers his presidential immunity claim. Smith also charged Trump in Florida on 40 counts, alleging he mishandled classified documents after leaving office. Just this week, the judge rejected a request for a gag order in that case. A trial date has not been set. And then in Fulton County, Georgia, I should say, Trump and 14 other people face state charges accused of attempting to overturn the 2020 election results. No trial date in that case. With a rate hike on the way, some MSD customers here locally are hoping the money goes toward curbing the strong odors sometimes plaguing the city's sewer system. Louisville's MSD board approved a preliminary budget plan on Tuesday. It includes a 6.9% rate increase for Jefferson and Oldham County residents, which would take effect August 1st. It's expected to tack on about $4 to $5 extra to the average monthly bill. We spoke with a customer in Fairdale who says he does not mind the hike if it means more attention on those sewage smells.
Sometimes it smells straight up like a trash can, and in others it smells just like sewer. But I wouldn't mind paying a little extra to if problems got fixed, if drainage got to be a whole lot better.
The executive director of MSD says lots of improvements are needed to repair the aging sewers, increase flood protection, and improve the drainage system. But fixing the odor issue is top of mind.
We're putting capital dollars in our budget to make sure we can do more like catch basin repairs and do more chemical addition stations and those type of things. There's other projects now that are going to be pushed out, but we've prioritized odor mitigation for the next 2 years.
The MSD board will take a final vote on that rate hike in July. A Louisville attorney is sounding off on the city's handling of the Scotty Scheffler case. This comes as a letter circulating now on social media appearing to be a response from the officer involved. Attorney Thomas Clay has represented dozens of police officers. He said the 12-day saga of the Scheffler case is another hit to LMPD and the city's credibility. After those charges were dropped, the arresting officer, Detective Brian Gillis, released a statement on social media and apparently thanking the pro golfer for his demeanor, pushing back on the defense's claim that he was not dragged, and even joked about the $80 pants he said were ruined in that incident. Clay says the letter clearly shows a glaring problem with Gillis.
There's a basic failure to accept responsibility for his violations of LMPD policy and procedures, the violation of his training that he received before he became an officer and his continuing training when he became an officer, and the fact that this individual committed no crime whatsoever.
LMPD said it knows of the letter's existence, but said it's unable to offer any additional comment. Well, this comes as the city negotiates with the U.S. Department of Justice on the federal consent decree to reform LMPD. The DOJ's report from March of last year found routine policy violations within the department and Metro government. Councilmember Shamika Parrish-Wright is now proposing Metro Council be more involved in those negotiations. A new resolution from her mirrors the People's Consent Decree, which is a document from community groups listing what they would like to see in the DOJ agreement.
I want the police to be well trained, well paid, have the resources they need, have the financial stability that they need to help them do their jobs. But we have to hold the truth that I do not want Louisvillians to suffer from violence, from abuse, from having their human rights violated.
The councilwoman says she plans to have the first reading of that resolution proposal at the Metro Council meeting next Thursday. Like in years past, JCPS is offering summer meals for families, but it's going to look a bit different. There will be 3 bulk meal sites this year. Parents can pick up a box with 5 breakfasts and 5 lunches. This is an additional option with walk-in or walk-up programs. Every single student 18 and younger are eligible for the free meals. The sites are located at Beckley Park at the Egg Lawn, Evangel World Prayer Center, and the PRP Fire Training Center.
You can just type in your address and it will give you feeding sites all over Jefferson County or feeding sites that are close to your home. It will also provide that particular menu that will be served on that day so that you can see maybe what you would prefer to do.
And you can find all the info on that with our website, WHAS11.com. It is the biggest weekend of the year for everyone here at WHAS 11. We are a little more than 24 hours out from the kickoff to the WHAS Crusade for Children Telethon, and our firefighters across Kentuckiana are a vital part of the fundraising efforts. Jim Stratman's hanging out with the crews over in Jeffersonville today during the lunch hour. What a perfect time, hosting a cookout and roadblock outside First Savings Bank on East 10th Street. Jim?
Yeah, that's right, Brooke. The burgers, they're on the grill. You can see them right on over here. They're all fired up, ready for people to come out, donate some money to the Crusade for Children, get themselves some lunch as well. I mean, it looks like it's already packed out here. They're making the burgers over here. There's a big group back here as well, all out here to support the Crusade for Children, and I found the man to talk about it over here in Jeffersonville. This is Sergeant Michael Osborne, Crusade Coordinator.
Yes,
I mean, you take care of pretty much everything out here for the Jeffersonville firefighters.
I try to coordinate it as best as I can. I have a lot of help from a great team here at Jeffersonville, and we've got a great thing going on here with First Savings Bank today.
You say best you can. I mean, this is a big project for you all. I mean, I know firefighters across Kentuckiana very involved in the Crusade for Children. You guys just one of those. I mean, you guys raise a lot of money to help a lot of kids out here in the community.
Yes. It's a year-round event. It's just not just this weekend. It's a year-round event, and a lot goes into it. And fortunately, Chief Grant here at Jeff has put together a good team for us, and we have a lot of good support here.
How special is it to be able to every year come back and raise more money for kids through the Crusade for Children for you all?
Oh, it's awesome. Until you actually go to a hospital and see where your money goes to and help these kids in our community, you really just don't know the impact that you put on somebody's life.
Yep.
And it's just special to us, and that's why Crusade is held so dear to everybody's hearts around here.
And I got to imagine, knowing that, having that knowledge of what that impact actually is, it makes Sunday that much more enjoyable for you all. When the totals come in and you see how much you all have raised, how much everybody together has raised, Because Sunday is just, I got to imagine, Sunday's very fun.
Sunday's fun. It's the icing on the cake
Icing
for
on
us.
the
You know,
cake.
it's we're popping our cork and we're done for the year. But that Monday, it's time to start over and we do it all again.
You just don't get a break, do you?
No, sir, I do not.
No, you don't. There we go. But it's a labor of love, and they're laboring out here, getting some hot dogs, get some hamburgers out on the grill. Cookout goes until 1:30 this afternoon, so you got plenty of time to come on out here, get yourself something to eat, raise some money for the crusade as well. Brooke?